The man just wanted to go on vacation, but found that the flight he was taking was flight 1015. Today happened to be October 15th, and the plane's departure time was also delayed until 10:15. All this was too much of a coincidence. The man felt a trace of unease. He kept looking around, but didn't notice anything unusual. As he sat in his seat nervously, he suddenly found a radio. It was predicting a plane crash, and the accident plane was exactly flight 1015. Out of curiosity, he put on the headphones to listen to what was being said. The radio mentioned that there would be a heavy rain outside the window soon, and that contact with the ground would be lost in an hour. At first, David didn't pay much attention. Unexpectedly, as the plane took off, it really started to rain heavily outside the window. At this time, the radio continued to broadcast, saying that the plane would hit a flock of birds soon. David didn't believe it, because the plane was in the clouds now, and there couldn't be any birds. Unexpectedly, the next second, he finally believed everything the radio said, thinking that the plane would crash in an hour. David kept comforting himself, hoping to calm down. When he came out of the bathroom, the plane had returned to its usual calm, but he was still a little uneasy. So he pressed the call button to call the flight attendant over. He asked if the plane had hit a flock of birds just now. The flight attendant looked very confused after hearing this, thinking that David was having hallucinations, and then left without hesitation. At this time, there was a sound from the seat behind. The man behind was named Mike. He had been a captain of this airline before. Even if there was an accident on the plane, the crew would not tell the passengers. David became very nervous after hearing this. He put on the headphones and continued listening. The plane would disappear at 11:50, and it was already 10:30. He realized that he couldn't just sit and wait for death, so he started looking for clues in the cabin, trying to prevent the upcoming crash. At this moment, he suddenly saw someone playing with a mobile phone. David hoped they would stop, but the other person thought he was crazy. Long-distance planes are equipped with wireless networks, which would not affect flight safety at all. The argument attracted the flight attendant. After getting her confirmation, David had to leave helplessly. He continued to listen to the information on the radio, which mentioned that after the captain said "Good night, New York," the plane would disappear completely. At this time, the captain came over. Seeing that David still hadn't returned to his seat, he dragged him aside. The captain thought he was unwell. However, David insisted that the captain should not say "Good night, New York" later, as it was a matter of all passengers' safety.